Hey there, welcome back to our 5-part series on using ChatGPT as a student. This is Emily with the AI Teaching Network by T. Potter Instructional Design. This is our 4th video talking about ways to use ChatGPT for language learning support. So using ChatGPT for language learning support is a pretty cool tool. You can ask it for grammar suggestions or vocabulary expansion. For example, you can ask it to find alternative wording for a sentence that you just are stumped on. Maybe you just can't get it to sound quite right on paper. You can also ask ChatGPT to translate for you. While you may want to cross-verify that the translations are accurate, you can ask it to translate different languages or even explain the meanings of different words and sentences. For example, you can ask, what does mi casa es su casa mean in Spanish? I asked ChatGPT this and it did correctly translate from Spanish to my house is your house in English. You can also ask it for some cultural insights, which is really cool because it can provide information and insights into the culture, customs, and traditions associated with the language or words that you are learning. For example, I asked ChatGPT, why does the word aloha have so many different meanings? You'll see on the next slide, it's going to generate that answer and it's pretty good, and you can pause to read if you'd like. Another thing that you can use ChatGPT for is language practice. You can engage in conversations to practice language skills in multiple languages. For example, you can tell ChatGPT, I'd like to practice my conversational skills in the English language. Can you start a friendly conversation? After the conversation is over, you can ask ChatGPT to provide a list of errors detected in the conversation, but beware, it is not always accurate, and you can see an example of this on the next slide. You'll notice in this conversation that I am not using correct grammar just because I want to see what it will pick up. When I'm done, I'm going to ask it to end the conversation and list the errors that occurred. Like I said, you will notice that not all errors were addressed and not all corrections were accurate in that short conversation. This is an example of AI being a great tool, but why you should always cross-verify the information that it produces with a reliable resource. And last but not least, you can ask ChatGPT for content for flashcards, practice questions over a subject, or even a learning objective. For example, you can tell ChatGPT, pretend you are a first-year humanities college professor, ask me practice questions over the Renaissance period. If needed, you can ask ChatGPT to correct your answers, but again, be sure to verify that the correct answer was given using a reliable resource. And that is all for our 4th video on using ChatGPT for language learning support. Next, you can check out video 5 talking about using ChatGPT for time management.